let's get
Had to get a little Jesus in me because I got a long day. And I definitely need his strength. Yep.
2010, I flew the corporate coupe and started doing this business full time and haven't looked back. What we're going to talk about today is just a part of the work that I do. The majority of my workshops and trainings are in corporations. And one of the things that I address often is mental chatter. And mental chatter those are the thoughts that come to you when you're thinking about nothing or when you're intentionally trying to think about something, and those thoughts just keep flooding your brain. 85%, studies continue to show that 85% of our mental chatter is negative. There are 4 to 5 thoughts that are trying to shut that positive thought down. Now, how many people know what's going to happen in the next 20 seconds? Anybody? I'm going to say it. How about the next 10? So the reality is we don't really know what's going to happen, but yet and still we make up stories, don't we? So nobody here knows what's going to happen, but we pretend to know what's happening, and the pretending thing that we're envisioning is usually something bad. So the question is, why are we borrowing worry from the future and bringing it to right now? How many moments have you lost worrying about something that never came to fruition? Has anybody? Absolutely. And you say, all that for nothing. Yes, which sounds like imbalance. To not have an opinion, to not voice it, to just kind of keep the water smooth. So the reality is some people are given, well, not just some people. I'm gonna take the long way to that question. Our society gives us our values, right? If you think about it, from the time we're born, there are expectations placed upon us. You know, when we're little, we have to pee by a certain time. We have to know our ABCs by a certain time. We have, other parents ask, oh, is your child sleeping through the night? Oh, Johnny is. It's just, we start it so early, and we start telling kids what they should value, because but you give it to them based upon your value system. There are tons of things, love my mother, and they're societal, they're accepted in society, that I just don't believe. It's just not a big deal for me, right? I remember at my son's kindergarten graduation, this actually happened. As the kids were going across the stage, they were asking the kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? And the first child said, oh, I want to be a firefighter. Oh, that's so nice, right? And then the next child came across the stage and said, what do you want to be when you grow up? They said, oh, I want to be a teacher. Oh, that's so nice. And so then the third child got up and they said, what would you like to be? And he said, I want to be a doctor. And the room erupted with applause. Why do we do that to children? So what do you think the teacher and the firefighter are going to say the next time someone asks them what they want to be? Right. And they don't mean it. But you start to get the labels, and then the mental chatter kicks in, because when people's perception of you or actions go against who you are, it's a problem. So I suspect that potentially the person who doesn't have any issues, I bet the mental chatter comes up because they went along to get along, but I don't know if they wanted to all the time. It's just a comfortable place, but it's self-sacrificing, right? And it's very hard to get to your goals and doing the things that you want to do in life if that's the stance that you take. But it's not uncommon, because unfortunately, like I said, there is no point, at least in America, where we get to pause to see if what we've been taught is what we really believe.
Today, we're taking a break to talk about some important stuff.
Each year, nearly 1 in 6 kids face hunger.
And we want to end that, because we're food,
Denny's has been working with No Kid Hungry to fight childhood hunger for the past 6 years.
It's a national organization that connects kids to the healthy food they need every day.
To find out how you can make a difference, visit Denny'sNoKidHungry.com.
Here I never get to see, but here's their setup. They're in the Sci-Fi Lounge. I heard the group is nice, but I never get to hear them in this room.
Sonia is the founder and president of Sister Accord Foundation, which has 3 areas of focus, and is educating girls and women and enlightening girls and women of the power of sisterhood and eradicating bullying and violence against girls and women. She's also the founder and CEO of the KODI Group, which is a leadership development, employee engagement, branding, and diversity consultant, and she currently serves as the chair for Florida AMU School of Business and Industries Advisory Board. You're a busy woman.
For giving me this opportunity to spread sisterhood and brotherhood. So my brothers that are here, I want you to understand that this is just as much about our relationships with you as it is about our relationships with each other. So we're going to start, and for those of you who can read the screen, I'm going to start by just having you recite the Sister Accord resolution with me. I was asked to speak at an inaugural event for President Obama's first inauguration on Capitol Hill. Prayed about it, said, what am I going to do? And I saw the Sister Accord in my dream. How many of you see things in your dreams? And what happens when you see things in your dreams? You start to question. For some of us, we get scared because that fear sets in. Well, I decided that I was going to overcome fear and present the Sister Accord on Capitol Hill. I shared with you earlier that we all have an assignment. How many of you believe that you are operating in the thing you were created to do? Okay. I oftentimes will talk about this notion that I created called dream phobia. Because see, I was scared. Even though I knew that the Sister Accord was for me, I was scared to do the work to bring it to life. How many of you are sitting on dreams? You are? Yes. And so I coined something called dream phobia. Who can read that out loud for me? Who can see it and read it?
The ridiculous and absurd fear of playing full out in life because we are either playing small to please others or playing it safe to please ourselves, rather than doing all that is necessary to bring our dreams to life.
Okay. Where am I playing small, people? Playing small because I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to make someone uncomfortable. And where are those playing it safe people? That's me. Overthinkers. Where are my overthinkers? You got to think about it, then you got to think about it again, and then you got to think about it some more. And while you're thinking about it, folks have gone on. You missed opportunities in some instances. The dream, as it was really posed to you and how you see it, the opportunity to take it to another level may pass you by. I'll give you an example. I have for years hated stockings. And so I said, I should just cut off the legs. I should just cut off the legs on stockings. And what did the lady from Spanx do? She cut off the legs. So while I was thinking about it, she did it. And now she's a self-made, well, really aren't self-made, but she is a billionaire. All from one idea. And she is blessing so many women who just wanted some smoothness in their dress. Because remember, your dreams are not about you. They're for the people who you've been called to serve. So I want to make sure that you get cured from dream phobia.
Smile. Blue beat. Smile. Smile, babe. You better show them pearly whites. Smile, babe. You know Crest gon' get you right. Smile. Feel better with Crest.
So, who am I? I am Kristen R. Harris. Today I am what I like to call myself a spiritual midwife. I help women give birth to dreams. And so through my programs, the Birthing Plan, and the Scribe Tribe, I help women give birth to purpose. Scribe Tribe is where I help women write and publish books. Women who have been talking years about writing a book. Through my program, they actually make that happen. Because how many of us have heard someone say, I'm gonna write a book one day? And how many of us have actually seen them write that book? So sometimes yes, sometimes, most times no, right? So through the Scribe Tribe, I actually help them to do that. And I've actually written and published 6 books myself. So I teach them the same formula that I use. And I've actually taught my daughter, my 10-year-old daughter, we'll get into that later, but this is my 10-year-old daughter's book, Think is a Powerful Word by Genesis Harris. So she used my formula and she wrote and published her book last year. And it's, do you know what you want to do? So again, this is Entrepreneurship 101. Do you really have what it takes? And I wanted to do this because I think that in this age of social media, everything looks so glorified and glamorous. And people see, being an entrepreneur, being a boss, that's very trendy today. And everyone just wants to be a boss because they think that being a boss means I'm about to be running stuff. Yeah, you're gonna be running stuff, and your business sometimes is gonna be running you. Your mind gonna be racing all over the place. Sometimes there's some sleepless nights. And so a lot of times we don't see those things on social media. We only see the good stuff because people like to give you their highlight reel. They don't show you the lows. And so I try to give people the real deal so you know what you're getting yourself into. So do you know what you want to do? So the people who are sitting here, how many of you actually own a business at the moment? Okay, wonderful, wonderful. What about those of you who are just interested? Is something that you've been thinking about? Okay, few hands. So those of you who know what who are interested, do you know what you want to do? Or is it just something that you've just been thinking about? Okay. So this is what we want to talk about. Do you know what you want to do? Purpose. I think a lot of people don't realize when it comes to starting your business that it's connected to your purpose. You don't want to step out and do something that is not aligned with the reason that you were created. Like, why did God put me here? What on earth am I here for? Sidebar and shameless plug, I actually have a book. If you don't know how to get to your purpose, it's called The 5 Steps to Finding Your Purpose. What on earth am I here for? So we won't go into that, but that's a part of what you should be doing, your purpose. And then it's your passion. What do you have the heart to do? That thing that you love doing is generally connected to something that you ought to be pursuing in life. So we want to work on purpose. We want to figure out finding out our purpose. We want to figure out finding out our passion. And then the last thing is the push. And I think this is one of the most important ones that we often forget. We usually hear purpose and passion, what we love to do and what God calls us to do. But the push is so important because the push is what's going to keep you going. That's usually your why. What are the things that you have been graced to do? What are the things that even if all hell is breaking out, you're not making the money that you thought you were going to make initially, the connections that you thought that you made, they turned out to be bad situations and bad relationships. What is your push? What is going to keep you going? Because in entrepreneurship, baby, this thing is hard. And I'm sure all of my existing business owners in the room can attest to that. Can you all attest to that? Is it always peaches, rainbows, sunshine, ice cream cones? Absolutely not. So we got to figure out what is our push. What is that thing that's going to keep us going when the going gets tough? But there's 1, 2, 3, 4 circles. What you love doing, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you are good at. And so what you love doing, that's a combination of your passion and your mission. What the world needs is a combination of your mission and your vocation. And so a lot of times what I see is that many entrepreneurs are stuck in jobs because they're stuck doing what the world needs. But they haven't figured out what they love to do and maybe sometimes even what they're good at. Because some of us are just in jobs and we're doing a mediocre job. But what I found is that when you are doing a mediocre job 9 times out of 10, that's not where you belong. Because you can only be good at something that is not, you'll never be great at doing something that you haven't been called to do or that you're not purposed to do. And then what can you be paid for and what are you good at? So again, I will email this sheet out, but this is just a nice diagram because the intersection of all of those things, that probably is where your business is connected to. And one of the things that's not on here is, what is the thing that keeps you up at night? More doors have opened up for me as a result of the connections that I have made with people. Genuine connections, and not just, oh, let me hook up with you because you have something to offer me. What do you have to offer? Networking should be mutual. That's why it works, because it's mutually beneficial to all parties involved.
What's up, it's your boy KODI here, Chi-Town. You know we dance with it, skate with it. Now let's step with it. Let's go. Let's step with it, cross it up. Let's step with it, reverse it back. Let's step with it, shuffle to the side and bounce with it. Gon' get low one time. Let's step with it, take it up. Let's step with it, take it back. Let's step with it, shuffle to the side and bounce with it low one time.
I'm on this Tom Joyner fantastic voice.
Hey there, hooker. What are you doing? What are you doing? You got your penis out. You got ass cheeks out. I'm gonna have to arrest you for being a whore.
And I'm gonna tell you something, sweetie. It's a lot of women looking at me, and I'm gonna make me some money on this cruise.
You can shut the hell up, whore.
We in international waters.
Hey, I'm taking you to my chambers.
Freeze. Rob, go.
So what?
Rob, go jump in there, give it a whole new situation, make that new position completely different, same position, new situation, and go.
That's what you like. That's what you like. You're dirty, boy. You're so dirty.
You better stop. I don't play games like that. You better get on back. For real.
Okay, I can. All right, it's your turn.
Oh, I like that.
All right. Freeze. What the hell? It's a family show. Ma'am, you in? Hey, the person who freeze in got first line. Person who freeze in got first line. Coming at you in 5, 4, 3, 2, hang up.
Now, you's a real sexy lady, and you a police officer, but can't you just spend a little time with me?
Well, I was a police officer last night. I'm sick of being the damn police officer.
Ooh.
I want to be somebody special. I want to be a man.
Free!
Oh, this baby is coming right now. Come on.
I got a studio on like the 5th wing of the house where Jay-Z and Beyonce gonna create their new album. They put it together, the Cranberry. They
wow. That's so hot. Now, y'all know, she doing it. But I'm always trying to make life better for everybody, so I ain't supposed to say that. I ain't supposed to tell nobody, but I gotta tell you, you're a girl.
Okay.
So I just got Kanye put on the dark side of Mars. He gone.
You just made America great again. I mean, damn. I gotta get on your level now. Like, what else? I mean, what else could we do at this point? Kanye on the other side.
The dark side of Mars.
The dark side of Mars. Okay, that's what's up. I'm real proud. I'm glad you did that too.
You glad?
Yeah, I'm glad you got Kanye over there. Cause you know, I ain't wanna say nothing either. But since he's on that
we tell the secret.
I'm bringing Michael back. Don't tell nobody. It's Michael, right?
It's Michael.
Wow. Oh my God. I also called Pop.
Not Pop.
He said after that movie that he gotta come back. He gotta come, you know.
Yeah, I heard he didn't like the old hologram thing.
You know, he wasn't really feeling it in there. You know, all eyes on me dropping it. He was like, oh, I'm about to drop some fire now.
Wow, ain't that something?
Yeah, so, but it's cool. Kanye be over there. I'm gonna bring Mike, Tupac back over here, you know, so people can figure out where they want to go. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
I mean, just you, the way you did that, you took it to a whole nother level. Wow.
That's what I do, you know. That's
wow, I'm like super duper impressed.
You impressed?
I mean, that is so amazing, man. You know, it's crazy because as you doing that, I'm making breakthroughs in medicine.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's a whole new thing.
Like some new birth control, little patches, something. What you got going on?
I got a whole, like, I don't want to say this, man. But, it's gonna be wild, man. It's a whole new thing coming out.
What you coming out with, like, the lace front eyebrows? What you got going on?
Not lace front. So, I'm having the vagina moved. Yeah, it's gonna be sick right here, so you can kind of mess with it all the time. Put that sucker right here. It's easy to get to, you can get to it real easy. Yeah, that's how it is. Right around, just like that. Look at the blood already.
Wow.
That's crazy, right?
That's like everybody.
One of y'all give it to this crazy lady, man.
Today, we're taking a break to talk about some important stuff.
Each year, nearly 1 in 6 kids face hunger.
And we want to end that, because we're food, you know?
Denny's has been working with No Kid Hungry to fight childhood hunger for the past 6 years.
It's a national organization that connects kids to the healthy food they need every day.
To find out how you can make a difference, visit Denny'sNoKidHungry.com.
New beats.
Smile. Smile, babe. You better show them pearly whites. Smile, babe. You know Crest gon' get you right. Smile. Feel better with Crest.
About all night long, dancing in my head like a song. What is going on? I smell her hair and I smell her perfume, even though I know she's not there. Lord have mercy now, I can't breathe. Oh, she left a mark on me, mark on me. This pretty little girl left let's sing it again. I smell her hair. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I feel like getting when it play that game, it's boomerang. Listen, I know I should just call you love girl, but I don't want to. No, I want you. I feel like getting boomerang. She said I call you. Listen up for one time. She left a mark on me, mark on me. This pretty little girl left her. Oh, let's sing it again. I smell her hair. Does anybody know what I'm talking about, right? I feel like getting when you play that game with boomerang. She left a mark. She left a mark. She left a mark. She left Wakanda forever. This pretty little girl left a mark on me. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to my man right there off the mountains. We will not have it, no. This pretty little girl left a mark on me. Yeah. Where do we go from here? What must I do with these feelings? Yeah, it's longing to have you near, baby. No, when we shouldn't be dealing. Oh, why must the bad things always feel so good? Why can't I just stay away? Though our situation was understood, still does not mean it's okay. No, where do we go from here, baby? So what must I do with these feelings? Don't stop recording, girl, don't stop recording, baby.
Smile, babe. You better show them pearly whites. Smile, babe. You know. Smile.
What's up, it's your boy KODI here, Chi-Town. You know we dance with it, skate with it. Now let's step with it. Let's go.
Let's step with it. Cross it up. Let's step with it. Reverse it back. Let's step with it. Shuffle to the side and bounce with it. Gon' get low one time. Let's step with it. Take it up. Let's step with it. Take it back. Let's step with it. Shuffle to the side and bounce with it. Bounce with it low one time.
Oh yeah, come on. Reverse it back. Shuffle to the side. Come on, come let's bounce. Take it up. Take it back. Let's go. Let's go. Shuffle to the side. Come on, let's bounce. Cross it up. Reverse it back. Come on. Shuffle to the side. Come on, let's bounce. Take it low now. Take it up. Take it back. Come on. Come on, let's bounce. Let's bounce.
Let's step with it. Cross it up. Let's step with it. Reverse it back. Let's step with it. Shuffle to the side and bounce with it. Gon' get low one time. Let's step with it. Take it up. Let's step with it. Take it back. Let's step with it. Shuffle to the side and bounce with it. Bounce with it low one time.
Cross it up. Reverse it back. Slow down. Shuffle to the side. Come on, let's bounce. Easy now. Take it up. Come on, take it back. Ooh. Shuffle to the side. Come on, let's bounce. Take it low down. Cross it up. Reverse it back. Come on. Shuffle to the side. Come on, let's bounce. Take it up. Take it back. Come on. Come on, let's bounce. Take it low now. Let's bounce. Take it low now.
Let's step with it. Cross it up. Let's step with it. Reverse it back. Let's step with it. Shuffle to the side and bounce with it. Gon' get low one time. Let's step with it. Take it up. Let's step with it. Take it back. Let's step with it. Shuffle to the side and bounce with it. Bounce with it low one time.
What's up, it's your boy KODI here, Chi-Town.